I'm Karen A. Chase, an author and independent historian, and I'm going to show you how to swiftly transcribe handwritten letters with the help of Transcribus and AI chat. This is not a foolproof method. It is just a means of accelerating the amount of time you're going to be spent hunched over those letters. So for ease of use today, I'm going to use a letter that's already been transcribed so you can see how the handwritten version, which is this one, compares when we're all done. So here's the transcription that Founders Online has done, and here's the original letter. All right, so let's get started. You will need for this two different things. You'll need a Transcribus account, and you'll need a ChatGPT account. It's really about a two-step process. When you get into Transcribus, I'm not going to go into detail about all the things they do. You can find many YouTube videos by them online about all the intricacies of their software and how it works. I'm simply going to show you the process today. And to do that, I'm going to add a letter to my collection. I have a variety of collections I can create here. This is one for Eliza's journal. Eliza Trist is the woman that I'm researching. Today we're going to upload a letter to this test file so we can compare. So once I get into this particular collection, it's a pretty simple process. I upload the file, and when I upload a file, I can upload a single image of a JPEG or a PDF of multiple pages. It's up to you. And I'm going to drag and drop the file that I'm going to be transcribing. Now when I do this, it puts the name here. I have a naming convention that is corresponding to a spreadsheet of documents. So this particular document is going to be labeled this way. And I'm going to leave it like that for our purposes as well. And I'm going to hit submit, and you'll see it's uploading the document here. Takes no time at all. I can go to my jobs table anytime from any spot on the website. And when I do, it shows that it's actually uploaded. This is the uploaded duration. So now I need to actually transcribe this particular document. I can do this and have it recognize it, or I can set some parameters. And I'm just going to show you a couple of the options that they have. So when you click on that particular document, you've got this wonderful split screen. This is where your transcription is going to come up. And this is the actual letter that I've uploaded. We're going to take particular note of some of these different things, like things that she's crossed through, superscript and things like that she has in here. So I want to make sure that I'm eventually going to end up with a letter that looks just like hers with all the correct spelling and punctuation and everything. I'm going to ask it to start the automatic transcription. And I set a couple filters here. It is in English. I know that for a fact. It's in English. I know this document is handwritten, not printed. I can adjust the centuries for which it was written, And these down here are the different models that Transkribus has created. The Titan Text, or Text Titan 1, seems to be a very popular model. It's their featured model. I've just used it. I've tested Eliza letters in both of these. I didn't see a significant difference. You can test as much as you like, but you need to be aware that you are using credits every time you do this. When you open a Transkribus account, they give you 500 credits, so you can do as much as you like in here in terms of playing around. It's about a credit per page. So now that I've selected Text Titan and Handwritten and English, I'm going to ask it to start the recognition. And when it does, you'll see this little bar. It's just like it's like the bouncing beach ball we normally get when things are processing. This is their bar to let you know they're doing the scanning. You should be aware that you don't have to keep this page open. You can go do other things. You can go check your email. You can go to other parts of the Transkribus website, and it just keeps working while you're doing that. So it's got this document here again as part of my home screen because it's my most recent document that I've digitized. I did an earlier version of this as well. But if we go back into collections and into test stuff, you'll see all the different letters that are in here as well. So now if we go to my jobs table, it's still doing the test recognition. But, oh, it's done. So now we have 28 seconds. It's a lot faster than I'm going to be able to do it. The average letter for me was taking between 25 and 35 minutes to do on my own. So now that we have it, we can open this up again. And you'll see that it's split into a couple different regions because of how her writing is. But it's got all of the lines set up to match the lines that are here. You'll notice that there are numbers over here as well. If you would like to see the corresponding numbers over here, you can actually toggle that on. And it will show you under the configuration, it'll show you the matching lines so that you can see what it is that's lining up. Now, if you want to not do the second step of taking it into ChatGPT, you can stay here and clean up your transcription if you think it's pretty close. So that's at least one step closer to having it done. I'm just going to toggle this back off because I want to show you what happens when you take it into ChatGPT. So when I do that and I take it into Chat requires me to provide instructions. I can't simply just take this text and drop it in there. I need to put in what's called a prompt to let it know what I want it to do. So what I'm going to do is copy this text and I'm going to take it into a simple text file. So it's a text file that already has my prompt in there. I do this because that way the prompt and the text I need to be transcribed are together. Because when I drop it into ChatGPT, it's going to go all in one screen. So I want to be able to copy and paste it in one go. So I take all of this and I'm going to copy this. And I'm going to start a new chat. And I'm going to paste it into this message. Just a little bit about this prompt. So this is a prompt that's very helpful in terms of specifying how I want this particular transcription to be handled. I'm telling it what it is. It's a transcription of a handwritten letter using handwriting recognition. I want it to correct some of the errors, but I want it to maintain some things. I want to make sure that the line length, the spelling, the capitalization kind of stays the way Eliza originally intended. Notice her word notice here is not the way we spell it. I want it to keep it that way if they can. I'm pretty sure she didn't say hashened. I'm pretty sure that some of this is incorrect. So I'm asking ChatGPT to clean it up for me. If I was dropping this in French and wanted a translation in English, I could add a sentence here that asked it to transcribe it and then also translate it into French or English or vice versa. So let's ask ChatGPT to do it. So here is what I've sent. It says, that's me. And here is what it has done. Now, it did clean up some of the spelling, unfortunately. So I'm going to have to go in and clean this up a little bit on my own. But it changed the word to husband from hashened, which is great. It's got patry here. It's got the word patsy. And because I'm the human with the knowledge, I know that this is correct. But at least I have a transcription that is closer. So let me move this over. Here's the transcription it's given me in ChatGPT. And I'm going to go back and I'm going to compare that to my original founder's document. So here I am. I take particular notice of that part of your letter that relates to my intended reunion with my husband. If the chain still is struggling with this, if I succeed, entirely loosened, so this might be the chain is entirely loosened. But the best way for me to do that, of course, is to go back in and compare the ChatGPT with Eliza's original letter. Now, this is the job of the human, right? Is to make sure that once we have that transcription, that we're going back in and making sure that what we're seeing is what we're getting. But as you can tell, I've been taking you through this entire process for 10 minutes. This is a learning video. It took about a minute total for me to go through this process if I hadn't been talking you through it. So now I'm going to take just a couple of minutes to clean this letter up and fix exactly all my text so that it keeps in line with what she has going on here. And in that fix up, when I take it into Microsoft Word or any other word program I'm using, is where I can fix some of these superscripts and the different punctuation. There isn't a period there. That needs to go out, some things like that. But you can see how swift this is. It's reduced my time significantly. I was able to, for instance, with Eliza's journal that I have in here, I'll just take you back through that, into my collection. In Eliza's 70-page journal, I did it in 10-page batches just so that I could manage that without it being a little unwieldy. But a single page of this journal, page 3 here, when I personally transcribed this page, it took me about 30 minutes to do this. Just because I was unfamiliar with her, I was trying to figure out what some of the verbiage is. I've got a lot of bleed through when it comes to the journal itself. This cleaned everything up. And when I did the full transcription, by the time I was done this page, let's go back. You can see how quick the jobs were here. If I go to my jobs table, let me just show you. So 61 to 70 pages is about 10 pages of text, took about 8 seconds. It got faster and faster, Transkribus did. And I have to say that as I took each of these text files from these transcriptions into ChatGPT, ChatGPT also got better and better at transcribing. It started to learn exactly what it was that Eliza was saying because it was only her voice in all of these pages, and I saw it get better and better. So I am spending less and less time with each subsequent page cleaning it up. So that is, in a nutshell, the two-step process. Again, you upload a letter to Transkribus, and then you take it into ChatGPT with that particular prompt. I'll show you that prompt again. With the particular prompt, and then you personally go in and clean this up. So 2 steps online, 1 step for you, a significant time saving. Thanks for tuning in today. If you have any questions, to be frank, I'm not your girl. I'm quite occupied with transcribing all these handwritten letters on my own. If you need help doing this, I highly recommend that you work with students from colleges who are in graduate programs or undergraduate programs in history and would love a chance to help you with a real world project. Thanks so much. Good luck, everybody.